Welcome to our final episode of Nuclear Echoes. Throughout this series, we've explored some of the most significant nuclear disasters in history. And today, we're diving into the Kyshtym disaster, also known as the Mayak disaster. On September 29, 1957, a radioactive contamination accident occurred at the Mayak nuclear facility in the closed city of Chelyabinsk 40 in the Soviet Union, a key site for plutonium production and nuclear fuel reprocessing. The disaster was triggered by an explosion in improperly stored underground tanks holding high-level liquid nuclear waste. An estimated 20 million curies of radioactivity were released into the atmosphere, leading to a long-term contamination of the region. The Kyshtym disaster ranks as the second worst nuclear accident in terms of released radioactivity, and it is classified as a level 6 on the International Nuclear Event Scale, making it the third worst nuclear event in history after Chernobyl and the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant explosion in terms of population impact. Approximately 10,000 people from 22 affected villages were evacuated in the aftermath of the disaster. The radioactive contamination extended over an area of over 52,000 square kilometers, affecting around 270,000 people. In the aftermath, efforts were made to contain the spread of radioactive contamination. Contaminated soil in agricultural lands was excavated and stored in fenced enclosures. The Soviet government established the East Ural Nature Reserve to restrict access to the affected area. The impact on public health was severe, with an increase on radiation-related illnesses such as cancers and birth defects were observed in the years that followed. However, what makes the Kyshtym disaster even more tragic is the lack of public transparency in the aftermath. The population of the affected areas were not initially informed of the accident. The full extent of the disaster remained hidden from the public until 1976, when Soviet dissident George Medvedev brought it to the world's attention. However, it was only after the Chernobyl disaster in 1986 that the Soviet government began declassifying documents related to the Kyshtym disaster. The absence of public participation and delayed disclosure of information had severe consequences. Exaggerated accounts of the disaster spread, leading to fear and panic among the population. People grew hysterical with fear as unknown mysterious diseases were reported. The Kyshtym disaster serves as a poignant reminder of the risks associated with nuclear facilities and the critical importance of active community participation. Community involvement allows for a collective response to the aftermath of the disaster. It fosters a sense of togetherness and support among those affected. It enables individuals to voice their concerns and actively participate in the decision-making process. In the case of the Kyshtym disaster, the delayed disclosure of information hindered the affected communities from fully understanding the risks and taking appropriate measures to protect themselves, taking nearly 2 years for evacuation to be completed in certain areas. It is a stark reminder of the consequences that can arise when the public is not involved. As we conclude our series, the Kyshtym disaster serves as a powerful reminder that transparency, open communication, and the active involvement of individuals are vital to ensure that lessons are learned and future disasters are prevented. Thank you for joining us on this journey through historical disasters. We hope you've gained valuable insight into these significant events and their lasting impact on our world. Remember, by studying and understanding our past through open discussion, we can strive for a safer and more resilient future. And remember, stay curious, stay safe, and above all, stay informed. Farewell.